This is Mission Spotlight reporting from the beautiful island of Sri Lanka, once known to the world as Ceylon. Sri Lanka rests in the Indian Ocean, a handful of degrees north of the equator. Just beyond sight to the northwest lies India. To the south, a watery emptiness rolls away thousands of miles to the Antarctica. The island has long been noted for Ceylon tea. Vast terraces of tea bushes succeed one another in the moist highlands. Tea leaves are best when grown at an altitude above 4,000 feet. At this elevation, the atmosphere is cool and the countryside is as refreshing as the lush green waving in the landscape. Great processing plants are nestled in the hills amidst the tea gardens. Production of 1 million pounds a day supplies 1/3 of the world tea market. Winter never comes to the island of Sri Lanka. Rice, the staple food, is grown in the coastal areas. 2 and 3 plantings can be made each year. The coconut trees which flourish along the coast have scores of uses. People eat the fruit, drink the milk, cook and burn lamps with the oil, extract sugar, syrup, and an alcoholic drink from sap of the unopened flower. Tools are carved from the shells. Rope and brushes are made from the husks. The leaves are braided for roofing and fencing. The trunk is used for building rafters, and medicines are pressed from the roots. Little villages throughout the countryside specialize in production of such things as mangoes, pineapple, cashew nuts, or baskets made from the palm leaves. Each industry or art has been passed down through the family. Beside the roadway, girls display their village product, always hopeful of selling enough to provide the family needs. Work elephants are worth as much as $9,000. Hundreds of elephants roam wild. Some are taken as babies and become a family pet in the backyard. Time can seem to stand still in a land like Sri Lanka. The way of life is slow. Even the rivers are easygoing. Most of the 14 million people are Sinhalese or Tamil. Both are descendants from India. They are friendly and quick to smile. The men dress in sarongs, the women in saris. Colombo, the present capital, is a bustling port with comfortable hotels that help attract hundreds of tourists to the diverse and exciting world of old Ceylon. The coastal climate, however, is as hot as the spicy curries of the food. Streets of the city offer a soothing blend of the old and the new. Cars and trucks contrast with bullock carts, traditional vehicles of the countryside. Markets display a bewildering variety of fruits, vegetables, and spices. For hundreds of years, Ceylon has been famous for such delicacies as cinnamon, ginger, clove, turmeric, curry, and other seasonings. Teachings of Buddha have inspired the people and molded their lives for 2,200 years. Reincarnation is a main belief. A good person will become a better thing. A bad person will become a snake or something worse. The Temple of the Tooth is located in the historical city of Kandy. Thousands of pilgrims visit this precious repository at ceremonial times to venerate the sacred tooth relic of the Buddha. An attractive, immaculate mission compound in Colombo is a monument to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Total membership of the 23 churches throughout the island is equivalent to a single congregation of 1,300 people. To meet these members adds a new dimension to the term family of God. The Gomers live near Colombo. Mr. Gomer's father was a Sabbath-keeping Christian in India. He moved to Ceylon in the mid-1800s, and when the first Seventh-day Adventists came to the island, they found him observing the Sabbath. Mr. Gomer employs 250 workers in his match factory, an industry set up many years ago by his father. Production at the match factory has changed very little over the years. It begins by milling softwood trees into little matchsticks. There is little automated equipment because the people need the work. Employees sort and package the matches into small handmade boxes which have labels that have been pasted on by hand. Newest business venture for Mr. Gomer is a general store to serve the local community. Marlon and Betty Fernando are physicians. They have worked 11 years at Lakeside Medical Center in the city of Kandy. Specialists, they have had many attractive offers, but serving the needs at this mission hospital has brought them great satisfaction. Dr. Marlon says his twin brother started the Lakeside Hospital in 1963 with funds from the Sabbath school members around the world.
The first phase of the work here was provided by a 13th Sabbath offering. Later, another 13th Sabbath offering provided for us the second phase of our buildings here.
Quincy Rabo has a degree from Spicer College in health education. Using Lakeside Medical Center as the base of operation, he is in charge of a corps of mobile health clinics that go to the rural areas and provide medical aid. This extensive medical outreach is funded by the United States government. At the medical center, Quincy conducts 5-day plans for both smoking and drinking. His aim is to educate and touch every phase of training people to care for their health. This ambitious program is receiving widespread recognition.
The Bank of Ceylon has asked us to do a program for them, and this includes 7,000 workers whom we have to test and educate. The bank is budgeting 200,000 rupees for this program, and they're going to provide us with everything we need.
Mary is 7 years old. She lives on a tea plantation in the highlands. Every school day, Mary meets a bus at 6 o'clock in the morning. Her teacher, Lalitha, says Mary could go to school with other children from the plantation where she lives. But her parents want her in church school. So Mary rides 4 hours every day over mountain roads to her little school. Lalitha and her pastor husband hold branch Sabbath schools for the plantation families. Thousands of Tamil people in the highlands live in line houses and earn only meager subsistence plucking tea leaves day after day. The pastor goes by motorcycle throughout the plantations to study with those who show an interest in the Bible. Devaraj is a plantation laborer, a Seventh-day Adventist. The line house where he lives is 30 miles from the nearest church. Each Sabbath he leaves at 5 o'clock in the morning with his 2 small children. It costs him 7 rupees for bus fare, almost a day's wage. The children ride the bus free. He cannot afford to take his wife. These plantation workers and the pastor and his family are very dear to Vern and Patty Hyland, one of the few missionary couples now working in Sri Lanka. In 1973, Vern and Patty moved to the plantation area. For many months, they worked hard to open the work and establish a church. The student missionary program has captured the imagination of hundreds of our youth. Sherry and Louis Dale were Californians. They first came to Sri Lanka as student missionaries. They have now spent 4 years at Lakpahana School, which incidentally is 12 miles from the nearest telephone. The educational program at Burma Seminary is directed by Dr. R.E. Stalnaker. Dr. Stalnaker's vision reaches beyond the classroom. He says, "We are here to educate, but this must be channeled into our main objective, evangelism." Each Sabbath, 16 groups of students and staff leave Burma campus for rural communities around the school. More than 400 non-Christians attend these weekly branch Sabbath schools.
The branch Sabbath school program, conducted by the staff and students of Burma Adventist Seminary, is one of the most significant parts of our school program. We feel that this program is one in which many souls will be won over the years.
Many of the faculty members at Burma have non-Christian backgrounds. Krishnan was born a Hindu. He was dedicated in a Hindu temple to a Hindu god. No one in his village had an education, but Krishnan was determined to go to school. For 5 years, from age 13 to 17, he walked 7 miles through dense jungle, over hills, and through rivers to attend a Catholic school. Then Krishnan started working for a communist publisher. On his way to work one day, he saw a poster about the Bible. He wondered what it was all about and coincidentally made contact with the Adventist mission in Colombo. In 1975, he was baptized. As librarian at Burma, his great ambition now is to secure advanced schooling, so he is better prepared to help finish the Lord's work in Sri Lanka. The courage of Sabbath school members in Sri Lanka is good. Their faith is strong. Their hope is fixed on the soon return of Jesus. This is Mission Spotlight.